Hello and welcome back to GoRust, and where we're going to continue on with the live stream of creating this YouTube application where I want to pull down information. Last week we left off doing some debugging, and we started off with trying to figure out logging and got some of the borrow checking issues, and then in the last little bit we actually set up and did the debugger inside of Visual Studio Code. Now that didn't go all that well, and I was pretty much ready to just leave it alone, but I want to spend about 5 minutes. I'm going to time box this and see if we can't figure out something else. Hope it might be a little bit less. So let's try to jump through that real quick. So if I can figure out how to use this computer, there we go. Okay, we should be on the main screen. All right. So let's go. Okay. So we ran it, and when we run it, let's drop a debugger here. No, yeah, oh no, we have this debug here because that is our logging statement with the env logger. Go to debug console. Console is in commands mode. Prefix expressions with. Oh, interesting. So what is the output right now? I assume it's running. Did we hit a unused import output? I'm not exactly sure. Console start. Can't evaluate the process is running. Here, let's stop. Launch.json does that. And terminal. So let's go there. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, come on. My stupid API key again. Like, oh, I hate resetting this thing every week. I can't wait till we're past this just so I can stop resetting that thing every daggum week. Okay, let's move on. So we have data, and it's all of that. Let's, out of curiosity, I want to do, I want to do data. Okay, that was kind of, I was curious. So API key expired. Please renew the API key. Okay. So somehow it's still using the old API key. Yeah, it's still using the old API key. Okay. So don't go use that API key. That is a good thing to know. In this, and that really wasn't even, I think I'm kind of like over trying to figure out how to use the debugger more. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Let's just out of curiosity, one greater than two. 2 greater than 1. Cool, we have a basic REPL. That's the whole thing I was after. That's what I wanted to do. So let's go with that. Okay, let's exit. No, we'll do that, and we'll continue. And boom, we'll call it a day. Okay, so nice. We figured out what I wanted to know on the debugger in about 5 minutes or less. So the next thing we want to do, the last thing we figured out was that when we were bringing in the data, some of the keys on the JSON properties were not in snake case, they were in camel case, or not camel case, they were in whatever. So we need to learn how to convert them to camel case with SERD. So let's jump over to our trusty AI, chat-gpt. I think I heard that recently. All right, so let's see. I am using Serd, and the JSON I am getting back has keys like, let's see, let's go down here just to get one. It was on, yeah, channel ID, like channel ID, but with Rust, I can't have a struct. With what the heck? With Rust, I need a struct that uses snake case. How can I handle the deserialization properly? See what happens. Of course it is. Okay. Copy, refresh the page. Probably just lost its connection. Now let's run. Channel deserialization. Serd rename. That's kind of what I was thinking was going to need to happen. So deserialize debug with derive. And then it's going to do, okay. I figured this is what it was going to be. So yeah. All right, let's go do that then. So we want to do this, and we want to do published at RA. And then let's see if the AI third rename equals channel. There we go. There we go. Third rename equals publish time. Awesome. Progress. URL, height, width, video ID. All right. Serd rename video ID. Yep. View count. Like count. Dislike count. Favorite count. All the counts. Comment count. There we go. Licensed content. Wait. Oh, I missed one. Items. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. String. Now we're outputting. We're still outputting. So cargo run. There we go. All right, compiling. And it failed. Not value not present. Awesome. At line 68 to YT. Crap. All right, let's do something here. Live fixing it. Okay, it kind of makes sense. Okay. Come back up here. All right. Now let... there's the dumb key. Sorry about that if that was super loud. I'm just so frustrated with that. Okay. Invalid string type expected line 80, column 28. Line 80. Column 28, error value, error, invalid type string. That's from the response. We got an error. Okay. So let me do this. See what happens. Result unwrap error valid, invalid type string. I don't expected an int 64 type string. Expected int 64. I64 option I6. Interesting. Okay. We also probably want oh crap, where did they go? I wonder if we can do like type default value type, you know. Can we also set a type for it to convert to? For example, if it is a string, but we want it to be an I64. Probably something super simple. Again, this is one of those where you just gotta kind of get it used to handle JSON keys that are in camel case. That is literally not what I asked the second time. Okay, I have some responses that are returning back strings, but they are actually integers. Can I use shared to convert them to integers from strings automatically? Should be a little more explicit. Like this is again where you got to get your repetitions, you got to do things, and you've got to try to learn kind of what to do. Yeah, not gonna do this at all. Skip. I'm not there. As much as I would like to be there, I am just not there in being comfortable with how to do Rust. You know, maybe we'll get there someday. At least I hope I get there someday, but right now, today is not that day. Everything is a string. That's probably going to error at some point, but we'll let it ride and we'll see what we get. So let's run this again. I guess it ran. But I should be doing, yeah, debug of the data. Cargo run, query mocks invice, run it with that. And then it, yeah, let's do rust log equals debug. There we go. Got to remember your login. Login, noggin. Okay. So yeah, so count details is all that. I mean, we're getting stuff. So if we come down here, title, description, view result, kind, e-tag, ID, looking for one of the things, default URL, some channel title, East Oak Woodworking. We got it. We are in business. Sweet. Content details is content details. Yes. Yes. License. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. I think we're there. We have success. We have successfully used SER to deserialize and convert from the case I can't remember the name of, Pascal case, maybe it's Pascal case, to snake case, and then deserialized it. And so now that we can actually use it and do stuff with it, this is super duper exciting. And we are just one step closer to finishing this application and moving on to a different one. So I don't have to keep popping my stupid API key out there all the time. All right, let's just do that. We're gonna save and awesome. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's figure out where we are in our application at this point. I don't need this whole thing. Yeah, there we go. All right, V20 down. I don't know how far to actually go. 10 down. There we go. Oh, that's cool. That's the end of the function. Oh. Nice. That's rather cool. Okay. All right, let's run through what this video detail. Actually, let's start over. All right, main. Let's do some comments. Initialize the logger. Be sure to set Rust log debug. All right. So this is going to output, hey, that it's starting. And then we are going to arg parse. Then we're going to get the args. If video ID that we pass in down here is populated, then we want to go get the video details of that video specifically. Cool. Then we want to output that for posterity. Let's comment that out for now. Then we want to return because we don't want to do the rest of the work. So then we're going to get results. Actually, anyway, let's not worry about that right now. Let's do that for the moment, just for the moment. Then we're going to get the results. And no, yeah, this is outputting the video response that we want. Okay. Then we're going to do results to vector. We're searching YouTube with the query we're passing it and the amount of the results that we want. And the default, I think, is 10. Yep. Okay. Then at that point, we're eventually going to write to a CSV or we're going to write to the CLI. In this case, we are writing to the CLI because that is the default up there. Okay, cool. So, and then writing to the CLI is print results for result and result. Okay, that's where we're just doing some like quick stuff. All right, so let's delete this and let's run it and see what we get out. Cool. We're outputting the titles. That's exactly what we want. You shutting down. We're doing the debug for the request to connect. We're getting that. YT helper is starting up. Cool. This is exactly what we kind of wanted to see. The next thing that we want to do is we have all of the results. Let's see. We have the search. The search results. The next thing that we want to do is we want to do video capture video details for the results. So in this case, let's come down here and create a new struct. So we want struct video. I don't think there is a struct video. Yeah. Okay, we want struct video, and we want video result is a video a video result. And then we want to do, actually, I guess if it's video, we want to do just a result. I mean, that makes sense. And then we want to do details. And that is a video detail. I think, right? So we're getting video result, content details. I don't know. Kind of getting a little lost here. Video details, it returns a video response. And a search is getting back a search result. Okay. And we're getting back a vector of search results. Okay. So what I really need to come down here and do is look for the search result. Okay. When I do a search, so search response is what we get. And then we're unwrapping and grab the items, so we get a vector of search results, which, yeah, exactly what we want. Okay. So we want this to actually be a search result. And we want this to be a video result. I am fairly sure. And then, what's this? Struct video is never, okay, that's fine. Okay, so we want video response is a video result. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge, we're going to do the struct, or we're going to do a vector of these videos, and for every video we're going to pack it in and then go get the details for that video and return that result. That is the goal. So let's come back up here. So we're going to do let mutable videos back. There we go. Nice, exactly what we want. And then for result in results.clone, let video details. We're going to unwrap. Okay, videos.push the video with the result that we're looping through, and then the video.items clone. I think this is what we want. Let us. Okay, what is the error that this is going to give us? Use of a partially moved result. Can I just do this? All right. Yeah. So yeah, we have the video details. We're going to pass in the video ID. Actually, let me type that out. Let's see. Let video equal video details. Then I want to do Nope. Let's see. Ampersand result dot. See, I don't necessarily think it's the, so because this is a search result. Oh, it's an ID dot. Okay, yeah. Video ID. Okay, yeah, ID dot video ID. It's an option. Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. Video ID. Yeah, dot, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, can I do a dot clone here? And maybe do that there? No. What if we did let video ID equals ampersand, oops, ampersand result video ID unwrap. So what if we did this to look at the type that it's going to return? So it's a string. Video ID. No. Oh, ID. There we go. Okay. So I just want to isolate this a little bit here. That's why. So this is going to be just a straight up string. Video details needs a this. This is still use of a partially moved string which does not implement copy. Partial move occurs because result has some standard option string which does not implement copy trait. You can clone the value and consume it, but this might not be your desired behavior. Yeah, I would like to clone it. Can I dot clone? Whoops. Let ret clone equals result dot clone, and then do ret clone. Does that work? Yeah, that gets us what we need. I think, let's see here. I mean that does work. Let's see. Let result clone equals result clone. Result clone. Okay, I think that works. That gets us past the problem. But we should probably still do this. See, copy. I have this code and it is complaining. Let's do this. Search results. Yeah. There we go. And it is complaining that result is partially, partially moved. Use of it is complaining use of a partially moved value result. How can I deal with this so it isn't partially moved? Paste that. Let's see what it gives us. So we at least know that, okay, so we get result.clone, result of the clone. I like that it literally did my solution. That's just too funny to me. Oh, wow. Oh, me and chat-gpt are one and the same. Oh, wow. Asking for another solution. To add environment that I have absolutely no clue where that came from. That's crazy. We're just gonna move on and we're gonna go with result clone because I want this to work. We'll call it a day. Okay, so there we go. And then, so in this case, so video is a video response. Okay, video is a video response. It has items, which is a vector of video results. And then, so we want to grab the first of that and clone it to detail. Okay, yeah. I mean, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So then we want to do videos. Save that. Let's go to definition here. And we want to do vec of video. There we go. Result. So dot. There we go. That'll work. And then we also want to change this to video. There we go. There we go. And let's just do this. And just out of, so we know that is the end of that one. We want result dot, so we want the title. We want the we don't want the result dot detail. And yeah, we want the view count. Yep. And then we want the channel details dot content detail. No, I want channel title is in snippet, and snippet is connected to search results. Oh, it's on the same level as title. So let's come back here somewhere. This is why I need code organization, and I really need to get back to Vim. All right, we want result.snippet.channel title.unwrap. That's what we're after. There we go. All right, so conceivably, if we run this, it should get all of these titles, should print out the channel title that it was on, and then the view count for those. And let us run. Ooh. Found Vex search result. Right to CSV. Oh. Yeah. It's gonna throw. Yeah. I don't care, but I'm still in the learning mode, so I don't care if I clone everything everywhere all the time, all at once. The clone exists, but its trait bounds were not satisfied. The following trait bounds were not satisfied. Video.clone, which is required. Oh, okay. Let's come down here. We want to drive, and then we also want to do clone. There we go. Let's run it. Nice. There we go. Look at that. Wow, 77 views. Cool. So exciting. So exciting. Something useful. And I wrote it in Rust. It does things. Awesome. I mean, at this point, I mean, really, like, it's useful to me. That's super exciting. Okay. Wow. It's the first useful thing that I have written from scratch in Rust that could actually like solve a problem that I have. Problem. It's not really a problem, but a thing that I do. That's just super duper exciting to me. That's just awesome. Okay. So the next thing is, so let's review again. We are passing in arguments, the query, how many results we want to get back. We're 10. We're going to output it to the CLI in this case, or we would want to do to CSV. But we are searching YouTube using their search endpoint. We're returning that back. Then we are creating a new mutable vector. And we are then, for every result in there, we are getting a result. Then we're going to get the details. And then we're adding it to a new struct that we created and adding it to the mutable videos vector that we have up here. And then we would pass that to write to CSV or pass it to CLI. So we are making progress. So that means the only thing left to get this to function and do the things that I want it to do is to output in a CSV format. So let's look at CSV real fast. The headers that I care about are those things. So let's do let headers equal title channel views. Yeah. Cool. That's at the moment going to stick there for just documentation purposes. All right. chat-gpt through find. Let's see what we got going on here. You know what? Let's do a new search because I think I kind of bungled that one up. All right. I have a struct of data and I want to write. Nope. I have a vector of structs which contains data and I want to write that output to a CSV file. What is the Rust idiomatic way to do that? Let's see what we get. We're going to use find model 34B. So we want to install CSV. Okay. So let's go over here, cargo add CSV. We'll let it do its thing. So we have our struct, I don't care, write to CSV. Writer write from path. Path, I guess, is the location. Yep, location, yep. And then for item in, oh, interesting. Serialize. Interesting. So we're gonna, yeah, we'll have to serialize this into the CSV format that we actually want. Very intriguing. So let's copy that. Let's go back up here to there. Okay, use CSV writer. There we go. So let's say we want to do a CSV. Nope, we want to do struct CSV video details. Yes. We want to do derive serialize. I think we would use deserialize if we wanted to read from the CSV file. The issue, okay. All right. This is cool. However, I have structs with data deep in the struct in multiple structs that I would need to serialize to a new, I could be doing this wrong, I could totally be doing this wrong, to a new struct for writing to CSV. How would I do that? Example, struct video metadata thumbnail image and I want the title from metadata and the length from image to output to a CSV file with title and length for my CSV file headers. Let's just see what comes up with this. Serial to output. Okay, this is more what I was after. Widder. Yeah. CSV row. Okay. That's what this is what I was expecting to have to need to do. Okay. So CSV, and I like the actual name, actually. Row. All right, so let's go up here. Whoops. All right, so we've got a writer. That's a good, we're just gonna do from path output.csv. Or yes, for row and CSV row, or for result in results, we want to do a new row and set the title, the channel, and the views like we have above. And then we want to do the writer.serialize, and then do writer.flush. And then we want to okay it. But we don't actually have to do that because we don't have a return type. And what is this? Can only be used in a function that returns a result. Okay. This is actually probably a good thing because in all reality, we're going to I have no idea what I just did there, why I did that. There we go. It's a good idea to go ahead and have this because stuff is going to happen. And we're reaching out to other parts of the system. And so we totally need to be able to get an error back from something, standard error. Okay. There we go. And I think we have, with that, we don't need this. All right. So let's see, cargo build. Line 57. Oh. Okay, cargo build. See what we get on our output. Cool. So then let's do, so we have Mox and Vice, and then we want to do output equals CSV. Output equals CSV. Nice. And we have an output.csv that has our CSV. Oh, and it even did the headers in there. We have our CSV file. This is super exciting. I can then take this and input this into any other program that I want to do and do the things that I need to do. Out of curiosity, let's do calibrate jointer. And, oh, that was neat. It totally just overrode. That's a good thing to know, is it's not going to append, like it's just straight up replace. Okay, the last test that we need to do in this is we want count. So let's do count equals 20. Just see, accurate setting your joiner table. Yeah, I don't see my channel in there. That stinkers. All right, they're in 20. There we go. There it is. We got a lot more results. So with that, our application is actually done. In a sense, I mean, it does exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to pass it in a search query. So in this case, calibrated joiner, output a CSV file and give it a custom count. So I get this CSV file that I can then go through and organize and put into an Excel spreadsheet or Open Office, whatever, and sort and do other things with it, so that I can then feed that into chat-gpt. Some of the concepts that we went over is we did the command line parsing to get our various arguments with clap. We wrote our main. This is doing probably a little too much, but I don't really care because I am learning. But it's doing the logger, like we said, arg parsing, getting just video details if that's all we need. Then it is searching for our string. It is then getting all of the details for each one so that we can do more with the data. And then we're outputting it in whatever we want. We are using an environment variable to get the API keys. As much good as that did in this, I was trying to do that to not have to reset my API key every week. Still a little bitter about that, apparently. We are doing string formatting here with the format macro to be able to get our URL to search. We are then doing a blocking request with the request library using this URL and the various data. We are then unwrapping the data, getting the JSON and returning that to a search response struct. So it's deserializing and turning a result to our response data. Then we are unwrapping it and grabbing the items data only, which is a, if I remember, items is a, I think is a video detail object, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong. And then we're returning that as a result to the search YouTube to use later. For the video details, we're very similar. We're just grabbing this, so we should probably put it somewhere else if we use it again. Getting the string from a format. Then we are doing another blocking request to do a get. So in this case, we could actually say use Tokyo and do some async coding. So we're calling them all at one time. That's not really an important thing to do right now in this case because it doesn't really matter. Then we are unpacking the response. This is where I went a little more of a different direction to try to see what was going on, to be able to do some debugging. And we're doing it with the match. So, you know, we get the result response back, and on an OK or an error, we're doing a new thing. In the OK response, we're just setting this response to this response. And then for error, we're just returning the box new error up. So then we are getting the text of the data. This is where I would have logged out after this, done debug logging there anyway. And then we are converting it to a str string for JSON to deserialize into a video response, or for Sarah to deserialize into a video response. And then we're returning the OK result for that. So we're doing good. And then from there, we just go into outputting. For our command line output, we are just printing out the things. And since these are options, we need to unwrap them because it comes with a, because it comes wrapped in a sum. And then we're just outputting a standard line. For the CSV file, this one is actually a little bit interesting. We're just getting a new output.csv file from the path. We can pass that in, we can do whatever we want. Then we're looping through the results, and we are creating a new struct object, just dynamically for the row, so that we can then serialize to the writer what needs to go out. And then we're getting all the relevant data to instantiate that new CSV. Is instantiate the right word in Rust? I'm not exactly sure. That's a good thing to look up. And then we're going through and then we do the writer flush so that we make sure that everything is gone and it is done. And then we return back an OK for the rest of the system to do its thing. From there, we just have a bunch of structs, a bunch of things that we did so that we could compile all this information together and be able to do a thing, because everything is strongly typed. We needed to add clone to various things so that we could copy that data and do something else with it. Then we also have the serialize and deserialize. In all reality, we don't need the serialize on most of this, and we don't need debug on most of it, I don't think. So that is a thing to remember. We ran into the problem where we have this Pascal case, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and that comes from our JSON, and we need to convert it over to snake case. And so we just rename the field and we're ready to go. I attempted to look at maybe casting and converting a string over to some sort of integer. That looked way too complicated, did not want to do that. So we'll just rely on the type that JSON sent back to us. And so that's what we did. From there, you know, I think pretty much after that, like everything was just kind of flowing. And one of the nice things about deserializing the data, the JSON data from YouTube, is that it walked the tree of the struct and properly converted everything as it needed to, because some of these are deep. So I mean, you come in here to content details, that's not what I was after. So yeah, video result has a snippet. It also has content details and statistics. So you go here, I mean, you have all of these. Content details has these, so it had to fly down in to get more and set them up. We'll see snippet. It's all options as well. Yeah, so I'm sure if I put more layers, it would have filtered its way down through. So I think that's pretty cool that it did it all the way and figured itself out instead of just staying at that first level. So overall, this was a successful last few videos. I think I now have an application that I can run and be happy with and use on a regular basis for the projects that I need to do. A future modification that I might want to see about doing with this is adding API calls to chat-gpt itself so that I can get results back that I want. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to go ahead and move on kind of to a new Rust project in the next video. Sorry about that, yawn. It's kind of late and I'm tired. So yeah, so with that, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through these last few videos. It's super exciting that we got this working. I learned a lot, and you know, this is something that's basic enough, but hits a lot of things that developers are going to regularly do. You're going to regularly call to third-party APIs. You're going to serialize that data, deserialize that data, and then you're going to serialize it and output it to something else. And this is exactly what it is. Like, this is the bread and butter of web development outside of talking to a database. So yeah, welcome to Rust. It's a good time. All right, I want to thank you for watching. If you have made it this far, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps in the algorithms, and I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next week when we start a new project, and I'll let you know what that is then.